Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to talk about an organic chemistry, the introduction and the basics of an organic chemistry, and the 3 to 4 fundamental groups of the basic their importance. So first of all, in organic chemistry is all about the carbon and the carbon containing compounds. So this is why first of all we all have to know about the carbon. Carbon is actually an atom which has 4 bonding electrons in its valence shell. It has 4 bonding electrons in its valence shell. Therefore, it forms 4 bonds with other atoms. You see that carbon makes only 4 bonds with other atoms. All right. So, the study of carbon containing compounds, we say it's an organic chemistry. So, in this way, we can attach another carbon atom as well. But the most like popular and the most common atom which is being attached to the carbon is hydrogen. Hydrogen is the most basic and the most common atom which mostly attached to the carbon. So, we can start the chain from here. In this way, first bond, second bond, third bond, and carbon has attached carbon atom with its fourth bond. So in this way, we can attach hydrogen or any other element as well. And nitrogen is also can be attached, and fluorine, chlorine, and like halogens can also be attached. But today we are going to discuss about hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are basically the compounds which contains only hydrogen and carbon. Means only hydrogen is attached to the carbon atom. This is called hydrocarbons. Now this is the first one of last carbon atom. This is second, this is third, and this is the fourth. In this way. All right. So we have made the structure formula of butane. All right, butane means the 4 carbon containing element. So, what about hydrocarbons? I've just told you that hydrocarbons are all about the carbon and hydrogen bond. If we attach O and H with this carbon atom or with any other carbon atom, so now it doesn't call the hydrocarbon. This is because we have attached oxygen atom into this element. Hydrocarbon is said when only hydrogen is attached to the carbon atom, and hydrogen can bond only one atom. So, you see that this is the bond and hydrogen has made only one bond. Alright. So, it is said that hydrogen can bond only one and carbon has the ability to bond 4 atoms, because we all know that hydrogen has 1 valence electron. This is the first atom of the periodic table. This is why we can say that it only attaches 1 atom, or it can bond only 1 atom. So hydrogen has bonds to itself with the carbon. Alright, and just notice that we have put single bonds to every carbon atom. Only single bond is present between them. Focus on it. The single bond, the single bond, the single bond. You see the single bond between them. You have not seen the double bond or the triple bond between the carbon and carbon atom. Alright, so it means that this is single bonded element, which is the very simple and the very simple formula. You see, in this way, you mainly see the thousands and thousands of chains in the organic chemistry. In this way, like if we attach carbon atom, it starts making the more and the more chains. In this way, carbon wave. If we start, eventually it consists of thousands of chains when we start combining carbon and carbon atom to every carbon atom. All right. So we are now just I'm just giving you an introduction of it. So we are just looking of simple hydrocarbons. Okay. So this is one carbon. This is second carbon. This is third carbon atom, and this is fourth carbon atom. So in chemistry language, the fourth is known as bute, and the alkane group, I'm going to give you the detail about an alkane group, just the further. Alkane means ane. So we have made the structural formula of butane. All right. Now, I'm going to discuss with you about the groups of an organic chemistry, the functional groups. We have classified them into groups. So we will discuss about the 3 or 4 groups which are on the basis of their link or the bond between them. All right. Okay, let's go to the first. I'm going to tell you about the first and the very most important group of organic chemistry, which is alkane. Alkane is a group when carbon and another carbon atom are linked and bonded with the single bond. Are you understanding me? When carbon and carbon atom are bonded with a single linked bond, it is said that this is an alkane. Alkane is also known as saturated hydrocarbons because they are saturated, because they have the single linked bond between the carbon and carbon atom. So it means that if this is a single bond, the carbon can form 3 more bonds, because I have just told you that carbon can make 4 bonds. So this is the first bond, this is the second bond, the third bond, and the fourth bond. So we can attach the carbon atom as well. If we, for example, if we put double bond between them, so it means that one bond is this, second bond is this. So the only 2 bonds left. So we remove one bond from the carbon atom, because this bond and this bond and this bond and this bond has occupied its 4 bonded space. All right. So when single bond is present in any carbon and carbon atom, it means that they are saturated alkane. If we say saturated element, it is understood that this is from an alkane group. All right. If this is the first bond, this is the second bond, this is the third bond, this is the fourth bond. In this way, alkane is said. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the general formula of an alkane. The general formula of an alkane, general formula for an alkane is CN H2N plus 2. It might look a little bit difficult, but it's very easy. We just have to understand what is N. And what is N? N means the number of carbon atoms. N means number of carbon atoms. All right. Just take an example, like how much the carbon atoms are present. What do you think that what this formula works? This formula works when there is a long chains present, because an organic chemistry is about the long and long chains. So this formula helps in determining the number of hydrogen atoms. So if it might look difficult, but I have just told you N is all about the number of carbon atoms, and we have to multiply the 2 times carbon atom plus 2 more. Alright, so let's count the carbon atom in this formula. If we write H here, make it perfect. So count the carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3. Just remember it and mind it that we are now learning the very simple and the very basic formulas and the very basic like structures. So you need to prepare it well. When these are the actually basis, so this is the first step of organic chemistry. You will get to know the further when you read it from your book or from your syllabus. It will be very easy to the organic chemistry mostly of its memorizing. So when you have understood its basic rules, it will help you to memorize all the other things present in your syllabus. Okay, so let's discuss carbon, the first carbon atom, the second carbon atom, and the third carbon atom. So there are 3 carbon atoms present in this structure. So we write N is equal to 3. N is equal to 3 from an example we have just done. So if we write 3 in place of N and then H, 2 times N. What was the N? N is 3. So we put 2 times 3 means 2 times N plus 2. So when we solve it, means carbon atom was 3 times and 3 2s are 6. When we add 6 plus 2, it will be 8. 6, 7, 8. So it means that we have 8 hydrogen atoms present in this molecule. We didn't count even. So without counting the hydrogen atom, we have come to know that how much hydrogen atoms are present in this given element. So carbon, there is just written, we have derived it from the formula that there are 8 hydrogen. We didn't count and we get to know that how much the hydrogen atoms are present. So count it now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So from this formula we can easily, this is actually the very it's a very small chain, but now when you put the book of when you open the book of the second year in the university level book of chemistry, you will see the very long chains. This formula will help you to count or to determine the atoms of hydrogen, because in paper, in exams, there's a very short time available. It will be very hard to count the hydrogen atoms. So this formula is used. Just count the carbon atoms, and from counting the carbon atom, you get to know the number of hydrogen atom. All right. So what we have discussed about alkane. Alkane is a group where single bond is present between the carbon and carbon atom. Where the single bond is present between the carbon and carbon atom. When there all the single bonds, it means that this is an alkane group. And what is the formula? This is also called the saturated hydrocarbon group. Saturated hydrocarbon group. And what is hydrocarbon? Where only hydrogen and carbon groups are formed, means the bonds between carbon and hydrogen, no any other atom is attached with the carbon atom. Alright, and the general formula is CnH2n plus 2, and N is all about the number of carbon atoms. So you just count the carbon atoms and put in the place of N. It will be very easy to determine the number of hydrogen atom for you by using this formula. All right. Now go to the another group, which is an alkene. Okay. All right. Now go to the another group, alkene. I'm sorry. This is an alkene. Alkene group is basically the very similar to an alkane, but the difference is that the carbon and carbon atom are not linked with the single bond, but they are rather linked with the double bond between the carbon and carbon atom. Whenever you see double bond between the carbon and carbon atom, wherever you see the double bond between the carbon and carbon atom, you always remember an alkene. Alkene should be come into your mind whenever you see the double bond between the carbon and carbon atom. All right, let's discuss about it more. If there are two bonds, 1 and 2, like double bond is present between them. All right, so how many bonds are left? Only 2 bonds are left, because carbon can make only 4 bonds because it has 4 valence electron. This is why it can bond 4 atoms to itself. Look at here. Hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. The main difference between the alkane and alkene is the difference of the bond between them. All right? The main difference is the bond between them. The bond between the alkane is single, but the bond between an alkene is double. So the difference between an alkane and alkene is that alkane is single bonded and is called saturated, but alkene is called unsaturated. An unsaturated hydrocarbon. Alright, so we say that this is an ethene. We write ethene. Why? Eth means 2. In chemistry language, eth means 2, and ene means alkene group. All right, ene means alkene group. Are you getting me? Eth means 2 carbon atom. In chemistry language, eth means 2. And what is 2? 2 carbon atoms. And ene refers to the alkene group. If we bond single, if you put here single bond, then the one bond of carbon atom, like the one is being empty, so we put either hydrogen. So this is now alkane group element. So we don't put ethene here, then we will name it ethane. Why ethane? Why did I put in here? Because of the group alkane. What is the difference between them? Are you getting me? What is the difference between them? This is an ethene group. This is an ethene group because there was double bond present between them. If I make another structural formula, carbon, if I put here double bond between the carbon and another carbon atom, then we will say that this is an ethene group. Are you getting me? If I say that this is an ethene group, it means that double bond is present between the carbon and another carbon atom. So, if ethane is said because there is single bond present, and ethene is said because there is double bond present. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It means we have occupied all the 4 bonds, so there is no need for another bond. Okay? What is the main difference between them? We have put double bond between the carbon and carbon atom, and we put single bond between the carbon and carbon atom. So when we put single bond, the name will be ethane, means the end like the this is the prefix and this is the suffix. So we put "ane" as the suffix and we put "ene" as the suffix because there is double bond present and this group is called alkene. Alright. I really hope that you have got all of my points. And now let's go to another group which is an alkyne. Let's discuss about an alkyne group. Alkyne. What is an alkyne group? Alkyne means we have discussed that in alkene group there is always single bond present and in alkene group there is always double bond present between the carbon and carbon atom. And alkyne, oh, I have missed the general formula of an alkene. The general formula of an alkene, general formula for an alkene is CnH2n. Alright, we have just removed +2 from the general formula of an alkene. This is the very basic difference. Are you getting me? The general formula of an alkene is CnH2n. You know that N is the number of carbon atom. So how much the carbon atoms are present? 1 and 2. So we put 2 in place of carbon N and X 2 times carbon atom. How many carbon atoms are present? 2. So we put here 2. Alright. The main difference between the general formula of an alkane and alkene is we put +2 after the 2n in the formula of an alkane, but in alkene we have removed the +2 from the H atom. Alright, okay. Let's go to from this formula we can easily find the number of hydrogen atom, like in this way. H2 multiply it, 2 times 2 means 4. It means when we have 2 carbon atoms, then there will be 4 hydrogen atoms present. Look at here, there are 2 carbon atoms. So here is 1 hydrogen atom, second hydrogen atom, third hydrogen atom and 4 hydrogen atom. It means that this formula is literally precise calculation of the hydrogen atom. So from this formula we can easily find the number of hydrogen atoms present in an alkene group. Alright, let's go move to the alkyne. Alkyne is all about when there is 3 bonds between an alkyne, between the carbon and carbon atom. This is one carbon atom and this is second carbon atom. When there is 3 bonds between the carbon atom, it means that this is an alkyne, triple bonded. This is triple bonded. Okay. We can write here. This is not necessary that from every carbon and carbon, between every carbon and carbon atom there will be triple bond present. In any carbon atom, if I just link one bond here, it means that this is also an alkyne group. This is not necessary to put triple bond in every carbon-carbon bond. This is not necessary. We can we can bond if triple bond is present in any carbon and carbon link. It is said that this is an alkyne group. I'm just explaining you again that this is not necessary to put triple bond in every link of carbon. This is not necessary, but this is the condition that in any of the element, that if there is a compound or element present, and if there is triple bond between any of the carbon atom, it means that this is an alkyne group. in alkene, the same rule is applied that any of the carbon atom can link double bond. This is not condition that every carbon atom is linked with double bond or triple bond, not at all. If any of the carbon atom has linked triple bond, it means that this is an alkyne. I hope you will understand. Okay. Count it. Let me put hydrogen here. Count the number of carbon atoms. Look at here. This is first bond. This is first bond. This is second bond. This is third bond. It means that one bond is missed. So we will put another bond here. Alright? Because carbon can make 4 bonds, na? Okay. So, count the number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 carbon atoms. So, in chemistry language, we say but for 4 and ine will be ine. The ine word will be put after the but word. But is the prefix. We will put ine after but because this is an alkyne group formula. This is butane. This structural formula is of butane. Why did we put butane here? Because this is an alkyne group. If I remove one of the bond here, if I remove one bond from here, so we will say it butene. Why? Because this is now double bond, and in the chemistry language and the group where double bond is present between the carbon and carbon atom, this is ene. So we will say that this is butene. But as we put another bond between the carbon and carbon atom, now this is not butene, now this is butane, because ine refers to the triple bond. Alright? Okay. So you are totally understood about the alkane, alkene and alkyne. So let's go to the general formula of alkyne. General formula of an alkyne. The general formula of an alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. You have to memorize it by removing 2 from every functional group. Like in alkane, let me tell you the difference between the general formulas of alkane, alkene and alkyne. This is a very short and the cute and the interesting difference. Okay, let's go. This is an alkane. We are just going to discuss about general formula. I'm now talking about the difference of general formula between these 3 groups. Alkyne. What is the main difference between them of their general formulas? The difference is that if it is CnH2n plus 2. I hope this will be very easy for you to memorize it. It looks little bit difficult, but you have to know that n means the number of carbon atoms. Alright? About an alkene, there is just the difference of minus 2. This is a plus 2. When we subtract plus 2 from here, there will be 0. Means if we plus 2 minus 2, okay, let's give me an example. When we plus and minus the 2, plus 2 and minus 2, they will be cancelled out and the answer will be 0. And when I plus 2 minus 2 and again I subtract it, so the plus 2 minus 2 will be cancelled. What will be left? Only minus 2 will be left. It means that if I have subtracted 2 from an alkane, general formula like in this way, CnH2n. I have subtracted 2, then it means that plus 2 and minus 2 will be cancelled out and there will be 0 present, which is not written. Alright? And what about an alkyne? The alkyne is all about, if I look at it, if there was a 2, I subtracted 2, it will be cancelled. And as I subtracted 2 and again subtracted from 2, this will be cancelled out and only minus 2 will be left. It means then the formula gives CnH2n minus 2. The only 2 is subtracted here and another 2 is subtracted for an alkyne formula. Are you getting me? This is just an amazing trick. It will help you to memorize. I'm again explaining. Look at here. I'm explaining you again. This is the 2, which is present in alkane. Memorize it. There is a 2. There is a 2. I subtract 2 from this 2. What will be the answer? Plus 2 and minus 2 will be cancelled out. This means that 0 is the answer. So there will be no 2 present in an alkene. And if I subtract another 2 from this minus 2, what does it? It gives the answer. 2 and 2 will be cancelled out and only minus 2 will be left. So we will put minus 2 here. This is very simple to memorize it. Alright. So I'm going to explain you the basic difference. This is the conclusion of our today's topic. Alkane means a single bond. Single bond. When there is single bond is present between every carbon atom, no matter how long the chain is. If single bond is present between every carbon atom, it means that this is an alkane. Alright? And if alkene means double bond. Alkene means double bond. So if I put double bond between any of the carbon atom, if I put here, if I put on both, no matter. If I put on just one linked carbon atom, it will be an alkene. No matter how many of the linked carbon atoms we put double bond, it doesn't matter. Just a double bond should be present in any of the bond. If there will be no double bond, it means that this is not an alkene. The double bond must be present even with no matter if it is with one linked atom or 2 linked atom, it doesn't matter. Only double bond should be present. If double bond is not present, this is not alkene. Now that will be an alkane group. Alright. If I put here double bond, this will be also alkene. If I put here double bond, this will be also alkene. If I put here double bond, this will be also alkene. This means that this is an alkene group. Alright. So the thing is that wherever the double bond is present or how many the double bonds are present, it doesn't matter. Just double bond should be present in any structure or given formula. All right. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Now go to an alkyne. Alkyne. Alkyne is about the triple bond. Alkyne is all about the triple bond. And only alkane is saturated. Mind it and always remember that only alkane is saturated hydrocarbon. Alright? Only alkane is saturated hydrocarbon. And alkene is unsaturated. And alkyne is also an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay. You have seen the ghee present. Ghee consists of an alkane group. Okay. Alkyne is about triple bond. When there is triple bond is present between any of the carbon and carbon atom, any. This is not necessary in any of the carbon and carbon atom. When there is triple bond present, it means that that element is belong from an alkyne group. Okay. I really hope that you have understood all the points. Like I have concluded all the three groups with the basic difference between them. The alkane is called saturated and alkane is always saturated. Alkene is unsaturated and alkyne is also an unsaturated. Means only alkane is saturated. And the difference between their general formulas is about we subtract the 2 from every functional group. Like from every 3 functional group, we just subtract -2. Okay, we just subtract 2. I mean, okay. All right. I really hope you have understood all the points. Now, let's go to, let's read it. What is an organic chemistry? Study about carbon-containing compounds. Okay, the study about the carbon-containing compounds are organic chemistry. Include structure, properties and reactions. Okay, carbon forms double bond with hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and other elements. We have just discussed the hydrogen today and basis of all life on earth. You know that every cell present in our body are made from the carbon atom. Every cell in our body is an organic compound. All right. Now let's go to another point. Why is organic chemistry important? Foundation of understanding biological molecules. This I have just told you that all cells present in our body are made up of carbon atom. And also, you know that glucose in our like C6H12O6. You have just listened to this formula. So there is also carbon is the main atom, and pharmaceutical, petrochemicals, foods, and more important of career in medicine. This organic chemistry is very important in biological zone, and also our like this has a main role in biology and also in surrounding. Like petrochemicals are always made up of carbon atom. And functional hydrocarbons are compounds made up of only carbon and hydrogen. I just told you that hydro means hydrogen, and carbon means carbon. So when only the study of only hydrogen and carbon compounds are called hydrocarbons. They are classified as alkane, alkenes, and alkynes. We have totally discussed about an alkane. Alkanes means single bonded element, single bonded compound. Alkene means double bonded compound, and alkyne means triple bonded compound. Okay, the first 3 are most important in early organic chemistry. Aromatics is not as much important. This is mostly used in perfumes and another aroma things. So alkane, alkene, alkyne, the first 3 are most important in early organic chemistry. Okay. What is an alkane? Alkane means single bond. Only single bond between carbon and carbon. Saturated hydrocarbon. General formula CnH2n+2. And I gave you an example of methane. Methane means single carbon atom where 4 hydrogen atoms are bonded to it, because carbon atom has 4 valence electron, so it can bond 4 atoms to it. And ethane means 2, eth means 2, so there are 2 carbon atoms present. And these methane and ethane, like alkane groups, are used in natural gas, LPG. LPG means the liquefied petroleum gas. So these are used in mostly in fuels. What is alkene? Alkene means double bond, at least one carbon-carbon double bond. It is not necessary in that every carbon-carbon has double bond between them. This is not necessary. It at least one. It can be more, but at least one. When there is at least one carbon-carbon double bond present in any molecule, this means that this is an alkene grouped element. All right. This is an unsaturated. I told you that saturated are only alkane grouped elements. They have general formula CnH2n. We have subtracted from +2 -2 means that they both are cancelled out. So this means that 0 is not written here. This means we have subtracted 2 from the formula of an alkane. All right. Example, ethene, propene. Ethene means 2 carbon atoms and prop means 3 carbon atoms. Eth means 2 carbon atoms, prop means 3 carbon atoms. So alkenes are used in making plastic, polyethylene. Actually, this alkene is basically not good for society. It makes pollution. All right. Okay. Alkyne means triple bond. At least one carbon-carbon triple bond. Alkyne is the third group we studied, which is at least one carbon-carbon triple bond. And this is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Only alkane is saturated hydrocarbons. And it has general formula CnH2 and -2. How? -2, I'm saying +2, -2, -2. +2, -2 cancel, only -2 is left. So we put -2 here. All right. Example, ethyne are called acetylene. Ethyne means, eth means 2 carbon atoms, and ine word refers to alkyne group. Y and E refers to an ine group. So this is why we put ine here. Ine, and this is also an ine. So ethyne. Okay. Okay. And here it is ethene. If there is an ethene, this is because eth means 2 and ene is present because of this ene group element, alkene group. This is an ene, this is an ene. And ane, the same thing for ane as well. Methane. Why methane? Because of this ane. All right. Okay. I hope that you have understood all the points. Alkane is single bond, alkene double bond, alkyne triple bond, and organic chemistry is all about the carbon atom, and carbon atom is the backbone of an organic chemistry, and this is the main atom which is present for the carbon atom for an organic chemistry, and hydrocarbon is about only the compounds or the elements which contains only hydrogen and carbon atoms. All right. Okay, thank you so much.